Hey, what is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video on the My Stock Journey channel. So today is going to be a little different. Recently, I've been talking a lot about the wins I've taken, the money I've made, the success I've had, and all these different types of things in the stock market. But I feel like it's not fully fair to you guys if I only show you the wins and I don't show you the losses. If you go back to my very first video, I talked about, I want to show you guys and display to you guys everything. I want to make sure that I'm being fully transparent in this journey. And with this channel, I want to not only document my journey, be able to interact with you guys, maybe help you as much as I possibly can, but also show you the losses I've taken and give you guys the lessons that I've learned and picked up on the way in order for hopefully you guys not to make those the same mistakes and, take losses and lose some money. Maybe if we could avoid that, that'd be great. So with that being said, I did want to just give you guys about 5 lessons that I've learned over the last couple of weeks, the last couple of months, and trading and interacting in the stock market and things that I've done that have costed me, a couple $100s here and there. And so with that being said, let's get straight into it. If you do like this video, if you do like the idea behind this, if you do appreciate me just kind of being transparent about the losses I've taken and kind of saying I'm not perfect, definitely drop a like for me. It helps me out a lot. It helps me understand what you'd like to see, helps me reach new audiences. If you are new to the channel, or maybe you've seen the channel a few times and haven't done it yet, don't forget to hit that subscribe, drop a comment for any feedback you'd like to give, any future suggestions for videos, and yeah. Let's get into the video. So first up, pretty much this entire video is going to focus on the interaction that I've had with the stock Vecto IQ. Now, I'm sure you guys do remember I made a video doing trade options and doing stuff like that on Vecto IQ in the past. I will say it has gone horribly. Like, honestly, it has. It was the first stock that I tried to do trade options on, tried to do put options, call options, and I learned a lot. I learned some mistakes that I'll never make again, and I'm very excited that I did learn them, but I feel like they could have been avoided had I just used my head a little bit more. But emotions did get to me, and I did fully experience that emotional drive and what I was going on. And so I did definitely want to jump straight into that. And so the first lesson will be, if the momentum is already up, if the stock's already shot up, it's too late. It's genuinely too late. You can't just try to hop on board after it's already climbed 200% in 2, 3, 4 days. You know what I mean? And that's exactly what I did. The stock hit about $30.40, which ended up being like the very tip top of it. I bought 10 shares, so I was somewhere around $300 in. And then next thing you know, over the next 2 days, I just see it just falling. And why do I say that? The problem with it is, if that momentum's already there, likely you already missed it. You already missed that wave. The best thing to do, if you think a stock's going to shoot, you have to catch it on the first day. You have to catch it on the first hour. You have to be one of the first persons to see that news come out about a certain stock, maybe being the next Tesla, such as this one, or coming out with a vaccine for the coronavirus, everything else. You know what I mean? You have to be in that first wave. If you're 2 or 3 days late, you missed it. Don't go in. You can go in if you want to. This is not financial advice, but my personal opinion is do not go in. Right? And that's exactly what I did. I went in like 3 or 4 days after it already went up, and I thought it'll go up one more day. And we always think that, right? What are the odds that it doesn't go up one more day? And that's exactly what it didn't do. It went straight down from where I bought in at, and I lost money. So that leads me into the second mistake I made, is to understand when to cut your losses. Had I cut losses after I lost a little bit of money in that stock, honestly, when I look at it in the long term, if I'd have held on to it, I'd probably be coming up on profit right now, since Vecto IQ is at like $29.50 right now or something. But the thing is, understand when to cut losses. I held on to that stock, and I was just like, no, it'll go back up. And then days go by, and I'm just like, man. And then I cut it way after I knew it was too late. I was hoping, and I was going off hope and a little bit of greed. You know what I mean? I'm like, I can make back 10 of that. I can make back 15 of that. And like, oh, maybe I can make back 3 of that, 4 of that. Next thing you know, I'm $30, $40, $50, $60 down. Had I cut my losses when I knew, okay, it's not going up anymore, it went down, and I was down $5, and I knew, personally, mentally, my mind knew, okay, it's not going to go up anymore. My emotion told me, well, maybe it will. What if it does? You know what I mean? And I had the fear of missing out. I was like, what if it comes down a little and goes straight back up? When that was not the trend. That's not what it was doing. It broke structure. But, that was the mistake I made. And so with that being said, definitely the second lesson is understanding when to cut losses. And if your mind knows, if you know mentally, it is done, the rain is over, get out. No what if this. Don't be scared that you'll miss out on some profits. Profits will come somewhere else. And that's a super big lesson that I learned, and I hope you guys take that one, if anything else, is knowing when to cut your losses. So the next lesson that I have learned over this whole thing is that just because you are making more in profits and just because you are winning more does not necessarily mean you have to start doing bigger bets. I learned this the hard way. If you go back and look at my trading options video, the very first one I made was about 2 weeks ago. I was saying basically I'm taking small wins here, doing this, and next thing you know, I'm making the perfect calls. I've won about 10 in a row, right? Thinking it was gonna go up, doing my analysis, it goes up, I sell, I get out. Did it 10 times in a row somewhere, around it, 9, 10, 11 times, perfect. I got too overconfident. And I can as a person and as someone, I have my own ego, but I can also say I was wrong in the sense that I thought, well, if I'm doing good with this little money, I'll do even better with more money. That's wrong. The reason it's wrong is the more money, the more emotion. The more money, the more emotion. The more money you deal with, the more emotional you'll get, the more stupid ass decisions you're gonna make. That's exactly what I did. I started making dumb decisions. I got nervous. I sold too soon here and there. I saw a little drop and I'm like, oh, and then I got out and then, doing dumb things because I never dealt with that much money fluctuating up and down. And, that's a lesson I had to learn. I learned that I'm more successful with smaller bets. Now, some people might be better at doing bigger bets, more money. Yes, that's more experience than I'm at. And I can admit that I'm not very, I have some experience and I do kind of understand how it works, but I'm not some 10 years in veteran who understands the market to a T, right? So I can, like I said, I can admit that whenever I started putting in more money, all I did was start losing more money than I made in the beginning. Right now, I probably am getting somewhere close to breaking even. I lost a lot. I lost somewhere around $400 just trading and making stupid decisions. What did I have to do? Well, I had to go back to my roots, go back to my core, start doing these smaller call options, doing smaller put options, doing smaller Bitcoin trades, and slowly build $3, $4, $5, $6, $3, $2, $1, $4, and use that to slowly build up. A lot of it came from Bitcoin. I have right now, over the last couple months, from the structure that it's had, I have a very good understanding of when it's down and when it's up. One day, hey, it might shoot down, or one day it might shoot up. I don't know. But as of now, I've had a pretty good understanding of what the prices are doing. And so it's, allowed me to make a good bit of money back. I made probably a couple $100 just doing Bitcoin trading. And so that's been good. That's been super good in a sense of making back that money. And I'm glad that I was able to recover that money because, it sucked. Like, I was getting so overconfident. That was my problem. I was getting overconfident and I thought, well, I'm making $2 here when I could be making $20 a day. And that's just not the wrong mindset because it's not the same stipulations. It's not the same guidelines. It's not the same amount of money. Therefore, it's not the same amount of emotions. Therefore, you're not making the same decisions that you would be. You have to slowly work your way up to it. You can't just immediately go from doing $10 bets on Bitcoin to doing $500 call options on Vector IQ, a stock that you don't even understand, And I can admit that is dumb of me. That was a stupid decision that I made. But at the same time, those lessons that I learned are invaluable. The money I can make in the future, having these lessons under my belt and taking those losses now. I'm only 18 years old. I have a lot of room to grow. I understand that. And so as time goes on, I can go and use these lessons in the future in these smaller trades. And who knows, maybe I slowly work up. I do $200 trades on Bitcoin usually. But maybe I work up 225, 250, 275, 300, and I slowly do that over the course of a year. But going from $10, $20 to $200, $400, $800 trying to make back the money you lost does not work. It's how people lose everything, blow your entire account. And so with that being said, I just want to reiterate one more time. More money means more emotions. Just because you're doing well does not mean that you need to start making more unwise and more risky decisions. Stick to what you know, take small profits here and there, and let it slowly build over time, just like dividend investing. Rather than trying to take $100, $300, $500, $1,000 profits at once. That's not the type of trader I am. If you're anything like me, it is not the way to go. This was another one I learned very early on. Very, very early on. Whenever I was having my little streak, my starting streak of just 10 in a row, just doing amazing, one problem that I ran into was I was getting greedy. I would put 200 into Bitcoin and say it was at, I think one of them I did, it was at 9,100. It was at 93. It came down to 91. And I was like, it's gonna bounce off 9. It's gonna bounce around 9. and it's going to come back up, is what I thought was going to happen. So around 9, I bought in. It goes down to 8,900, 8,850 or something like that, and it shoots. And it shoots back up to like 9,500 the next morning. I wake up and I'm about, I don't remember exactly, maybe about $15, $20 in profit. And I was like, okay, well, I knew right then and there I should have gotten out. I should have gotten out. I knew I should have. Because I'm like, look at the trend. Set your trend line. Look, where's it going? You got to understand, you can't chase these prices. You can't be behind them. You have to get in front of them and predict where they're going. You know what I mean? And so I'm watching it and I'm like, okay, likely it's already past what it should be. It's probably going down. But then the little freaking demon on my shoulder saying, well, what if it goes up a little bit more? You make $22 instead of $20. It's stupidity, right? Take your profit and get out. No, what did I do? I let it go. I went, get in the shower. By the time I got out the shower, back down to 9,100, broke even, got out. It was just like, it was that fast, right? And that's what it could happen, because it was another time that my mental side knew, get out. You take your profits, get out. But my heart, my emotion said, what if? That what if is something I'm never listening to. Again, that what if has costed me so much. And I'm so glad I stopped listening to the what ifs and was slowly able to make it back. Because, dude, I was going through a rough stunt, And I just feel like I can say and I can be transparent with you guys. You give me such good feedback, and I feel like we're all a family. And so with that being said, I feel I can just tell you guys, like, I was going through it with these trade options. They were very discouraging. But with that being said, I never let my head hang low. I always knew that even though I'm in a rough patch right now, the more lessons I learn, the more things I'll never lose money from again. I'll never make that mistake again. And therefore, I'll start to work my way back up, make those profits. And that's exactly what happened. And so that's the last lesson that I want to go over, is that just because you start losing, and if you like trading options, you got to understand you are going to take losses. You are not perfect. I'm not perfect. No one's perfect. You're going to take losses. I take all my losses. But I understand that as I take these losses, I'm learning lessons. As I learn lessons, those are things I'll never make the same mistake again. When you do that, you will slowly start to enable yourself to make more money. And then you'll start losing again, then make more money. But as long as you are using those lessons you learn, eventually, more than likely, let me say it like this, more than likely, you will start to regain any losses taken. Don't make the same mistakes twice. Try to avoid your emotions and just focus on your mental and what you know. Not the what ifs, but what you know, what you can see, and your gut. So with that being said, I just wanted to make sure that I really, really, really went into depth, and I was just super transparent with you guys and honest about what all been going on in my trading career or my trading experience, say. And so, yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy that. I hope, once again, that you did appreciate the fact that I'm just kind of putting it all out there. I feel like a lot of YouTubers love to portray an image of being perfect, especially the ones who want to sell a course. Shout out to my boy, No Course Finance. No courses around here. You know what I mean? But no, man, I feel like they just try to portray that they're perfect too much, and I really don't like that. I feel like it's not honest, and I feel like it's kind of misleading to, people might come into the market thinking that they can make all the money in the world and never lose anything. I feel like that's just not fair, especially to the new investors who come on here looking for guidance. And so with that being said, I will continue to do these. Any losses I take, any wins I make, I'm definitely going to put all out there and let you guys know the real deal. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Once again, drop a like. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, comment any feedback you have, and I'll see you next time. Peace.